Hello and welcome to Bible Study with Alice, and today we're on day 138, Psalm 138 of our daily psalm reading. We are reading from the ESV translation, but you're more than welcome to join us from a different translation. As you can see, we are on Psalm 138. These videos are filmed in real time. Today's date is the 21st of March 25 and it's a Friday. You can find the previous 137 Psalms in the playlist below. There is a disclaimer as usual, and that is one that these videos are unedited and also probably stumbled my wording. Let's get started. Give thanks to the Lord of David. I give you thanks, O Lord. With my whole heart before the God I sing your praise. I bow down towards your holy temple and give thanks to your name of your steadfast love and your faithfulness. For you have exalted above all things your name and your word. On the day I called, you answered me, my strength of soul you increased. All the kings of the earth shall give you thanks, O Lord, for they have heard the word of your mouth, and they shall sing of the way of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. For though the Lord is high, he regards the lowly, but the haughty he knows from afar. I think that's what it means. I think that's haughty. Anyway, 37. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand delivered me. The Lord will fulfill his promise for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. So that is Psalm 138 complete. And tomorrow we'll be doing Psalm 139. So that's the first half of the video complete. For those who are new to the channel, I split the video into 3 parts. The first part, we'll read the psalm. The second part, we talk about the psalm time periods. And then the third part, we talk about the psalm that we just read, which is Psalm 138. So with the psalm time periods, the psalms were written over 1,000+ year time period. And there is 150 psalms in the book of Psalms. There are a lot of psalms where when I say they, that's historians and scholars, don't really know when they were written. There are a few where they do know where they're written. It's very complicated, to be perfectly honest, and there is a lot to understand why there are a lot of psalms that are unknown to the psalms that are known and all that. It's just a very complicated book. The Bible is very complicated anyway, so yeah, it's just very complicated. It's very big, old and complicated. And so the psalms that have a time period linked to them and an event linked to them is due to the fact that there's evidence to suggest that those psalms were written at that time period, and there's evidence to suggest the event that were linked to it and the author and all that. So historians and scholars have an idea of those psalms. Then you've got the psalms where the time period is unknown, but they've got an event linked to it. They haven't got the evidence to say when those psalms are written, but they've got the evidence to suggest the event, so they then know kind of when it would have been taking place, so to say, or when those psalms were written. And then you have the third bit where it's unknown, as in it's an unknown author, unknown time period, and the event is unknown. There's no event linked to it, basically. And all historians and scholars know is that those psalms are written. They're part of the book of Psalms, they're part of the Bible, and that is all they know, basically, in the simplest way of explaining it. So, with Psalm 138, it was written by David. I'll get to why I say that in a moment. And it's likely in response of God's covenant and likely before the accession of to the throne. So why I say in a moment, because it says here, give thanks to the Lord of David. So that is an indication that David is the author of the psalm. So that's why they say that it's, David is the author of this particular psalm, and it would have been likely have occurred just before his accession to the throne. So with Psalm 138, David is expressing heartfelt gratitude and praise to God, celebrating his faithfulness, love, and the answer to his prayer. So, as we all know, that David was a very religious person, and he was very much on the way of being a faithful servant to God. He was very much the one that wanted to do good for God, and he was the one who wanted to continue praying and doing what is right, doing his service to God. And he felt that by having his faithfulness and his love, and that his prayers will get answered. He was very much that type of king where he was very much in the way of he knew that God was there to help him, was there to progress him further on his path of his covenant path, and he knew that God was very much present in his life, and he would always be very expressing his heartfelt gratitude for God, and by celebrating that his faithfulness was what helped him along his covenant path, and his love for God as well. And that whenever he prayed, that he, I'm not saying he didn't have any trials and tribulations or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all, because he would have, and he's just like us, really, in that essence. We all have trials, we all have tribulations, we all have issues that are going on with our lives that we could do without, basically. But he would be very faithful. He's a very faithful servant, very much in that essence of it. And he would do everything he could to follow God and follow his covenant path, follow the path to his covenants. He was very much that type of person. So that is Psalm 138 complete. And I'm going to write in the day and the date. And I'm going to write at the bottom. And it is, oh gosh, my camera's going to fall over. Day 138. And it's the 21st of, that is a 1. And that is a slash, a line. And it's the 3rd to 5. So that is Psalm 138 complete, and tomorrow we will be doing Psalm 139. Thank you for watching. Please like my content. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. And please turn on the notification bell so you then get notified of content like this that gets uploaded to the channel. Thank you and goodbye.